Do you remember I mentioned before that in the mock test, the seats for general training examinee were too narrow?
Are you talking about the general training mock test from the week before last, where 9 people were squeezed into one small classroom?
Yes, I told the examiner right away that the seats were too narrow and that the candidates were seated too close to each other. Even just turning the page of the test paper would disturb the person next to you. That's how close we are. And the very next Saturday, they crammed 10 people into the same classroom for the mock test. 9 people already felt way too cramped. I couldn't believe that after I complained about it, they actually added one more person. I just had a meeting with the IELTS consultant in charge and I raised this issue with them. Then he said, why are they putting general training students in such a small classroom?
There's no need to separate general training and academic candidates. They can all take the exam together in a big classroom. The only difference is the reading and the writing sections. So there's no point in separating them.
Hearing this, it seems the IELTS supervisor in charge didn't know that you had complained about the seats being too narrow.
Right. That's what's getting to me. I'm not just making a sense out of nothing. I've brought this up so many times, but nothing has changed.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I told the consultant at the time. It seems you didn't know my complaint.
You did? And what did he say?
He apologized and told me things will definitely be better for the next mock exam. He also said if you have any issues, just let me know directly.
That's the whole problem with the office. So many students go there to complain and the staff always says, sure, we will let supervisor know, but they never actually do. And they even say Taiwanese people complain a lot.
What? Serious? I've already put in the time and the money to be here, so of course I expect my learning to be effective. If you can't do it, fine, but at least talk to the student and explain the situation.
Exactly, but they never tell the manager. They just let those complaints stop at the front desk.
I'm actually a little bummed out about it. I wouldn't say my English is pretty good, but at least I can communicate with the higher ups. But for the students whose English isn't as good, they have to rely on the student managers to speak to the office for them. But office staffs just see it as complaining rather than feedback, so they don't tell the boss. In the end, there's never any chance for change.
Yeah, and the students are the ones who end up losing out. But hey, I'm just wondering, what's the deal with your shoes now?
Oh, my roommate dragged me to the mall and made me buy a new pair of sandals. Those sneakers are still sitting outside our room, drying off. I'm not throwing them away. I'm planning to wear them on my flight back to Taiwan.
They aren't stinking anymore?
Do you want to smell them? I can bring them over.
No thanks.
离开这间学校后，我想我最想念的学校餐食应该就是泡菜了。泡菜可是连 Kate 这个挑剔人都称赞的呢。
You don't remember my name, right?
它有一点点眼熟，但快呀，快点找脑内资料库！不行，我一点头绪都没有。Sorry, I have a terrible memory. 我很脸盲，对我而言，刚开始认识人的脸都像打了马赛克一样，之后要靠多碰面聊天才会慢慢的解马赛克，最后才会认得出来，把名字跟人对得上。照他在我脑内几乎没有什么记忆，以及我连跟他聊什么都没有印象来看，我们绝对没有聊过什么天，说不定只是在吃饭时彼此自我介绍过而已。但其实还有另外一个更主要的原因，就是我压力太大了。 每天都在焦虑做不完的功课、背不完的单字、做不完的模拟考练习题、检讨不完的错题，这些压得我喘不过气来。我没有心力去管除了考试之外的事了。我能够撑着不让自己被考试打败，就已经很了不起了。不过我是不是该跟他解释，不然他会不会觉得我不礼貌？不要好了，因为他只是个过客，没有必要放在心上。我来这里本来就是为了拼雅思考试的，我还有一堆功课跟单字要背，这个比较重要。
我改机票了，我跟你一起回台湾。
你不是要转多一班吗？
我这个礼拜已经转了，回去一趟办新的签证，把用不上的东西先运回去，再补一些需要的。4-5天后就回来了，继续上课。
我要搭贝萨的车从碧瑶这边到机场，你呢？
跟你一样，再回来学校的话就只能用包车。
为什么不订贝萨的车？便宜很多欸。
因为我回来的时间是晚上，也不是礼拜日，所以只能包车。啊，听力测验好多，做不完。现在转多一班后，一直都在做考题，单字考试也变成像你那种全部都是英文的，要花时间查。我现在都不想去上团体课了。
哼哼，看吧，你之前还在 ESL 班的时候说你8堂课都没有取消，还可以坚持继续上，那是因为你还不是考试的班级。现在跟我一样换到考试班，是不是想跟我一样取消团体课了？跟我们同期的那个台湾女生，她在 ESL 的时候也还可以自己买青菜回宿舍烫来吃，结果现在转到雅思班了，也还不是没时间。终于可以了解我的感受了吧？嘿嘿。
哎呀，好烦呢。
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Thank you for the treat.
No problem. Help yourselves, guys.
In Philippines, what's the one thing everyone eats for birthdays?
These two.
I've had this at a restaurant here. It's my favorite Filipino dish so far. 这是炸春卷，里面包的肉很合我的胃口，很好吃。
And this is dessert.
哦，来吃吃看。It's like pudding, but super sweet. 哇，天气真好，是雨季结束了吗？没下雨之后就变热了。Hi, I would like to book a Besa car.
Okay, go ahead and fill out this form for me.
Okay, and it's actually for 2 people, me and Kate.
Okay, I'll message you online later with the pickup time, license plate number, and the driver's phone number.
Okay, thank you. Also, I needed to get the graduation forms and the gate pass.
Which day are you handing out? As an IELTS student, you are not allowed to leave the campus freely.
The day before graduation, I heard from the student manager that we can go out 3 days before graduating. I'd love to do a little sightseeing around Baguio.
Alright, fill this out then, but you have to be back at school by 10 p.m.
No problem. I'll probably be back in the afternoon.
This is the graduation clearance form. You just need to get signatures from the housekeeper and the head teacher, and then bring it back to me. Please get it done by Wednesday.
Okay. I'm graduating, so today is my last day of class. I wrote a card, and here are some tea bags. Thank you for taking such good care of me over the past 8 weeks.
Thank you so much. My mom really loves tea. Are these from Taiwan?
Yes, they are. All of them are from Taiwan. There are 4 different varieties.
I love unsweetened tea. This will go perfectly with the pineapple cakes my students gave me.
Also, I drew this card myself.
Wow, that's impressive. I thought this was store-bought. Did you draw this on a computer?
Yup, I drew it on the computer and then print it out as a postcard.
I honestly thought this was store-bought. Do you have any place to sell your work?
Yes, but first I'm going to take it out when I get back to Taiwan. Then I'm planning to draw some comics or short animation about my experience in the Philippines.
That's awesome. Can I follow you on Instagram?
Sure, but just so you know, my work is all in Mandarin for now. But I'll definitely add English subtitles when I release my animation. I especially want to thank you for being my mentor. Thank you for caring about me, giving me advice, and always patiently listen to my struggles.
I hope you get the score you are aiming for.
Thank you. I also hope everything goes smoothly with your plans to work abroad. 怎么会下大雨了？我今天早上出门看天气很好，我就没有带雨伞了。要冲回宿舍吗？雨这么大，一定全湿。还是问问 Kate。8个礼拜其实真的非常的短，尤其是每天只上课念书，比预想的还快。也考了7次的模拟考了，上课也都在练习考试试题。依照我之前自学的经验相比，我已经做了比第一次官方考试前多1倍的练习量了。但是我7次的模拟考成绩却像有一个巨大的障碍，总分怎么样都到达不了6分，可以说是完全没有进步。8个礼拜了，我现在的状况也还是在迷雾中，完全没有信心，没有把握能考到我的目标分数。我来这边是不是无效投资？但仔细想，在这里生活被迫要用英文，不论生活大小事需要沟通解决，都只能用英文，是我当初选择来菲律宾念语言学校时所需要的环境。我不是就用英文向头头们靠背一些事，成功争取到权益吗？之前在加拿大度假打工，每需要用到英文的时候，我都躲在朋友后面，靠朋友帮我沟通。到了菲律宾，换我变成了我朋友的角色，帮忙翻译沟通，这些不就是进步的证明吗？谢谢你，特地送伞过来。为什么要请我喝？
因为你帮我刮痧啊。
虽然他平常表现很冷漠，都淡淡的，但是内心暖的一把耶。你要不要再刮痧？
不用，不要诅咒我头痛。
不用客气呢。